right, we are continuing with breaking down our fact sheet for Oak Special Fund. And I want to now just give our fund overview. First of all, I want to mention that our base currency, the currency that we are issuing returns on, is Kenya shillings. But this is a Kenya shilling fund. We actually do have a US dollar fund. And so if there's anyone out there who's looking to invest only in US dollars, we can offer that. We do have it, and you can actually invest in it. For the Kenya shilling fund, the minimum investment amount is 500,000 shillings. And if you want to top up, you can as often as you like. The minimum top-up amount is 50,000. Somebody actually asked me, look, I've invested. Can I withdraw a portion? I'm like, yes, you can withdraw a portion. If you have invested money and you want to withdraw a portion, you can. But the minimum amount that you leave in the account, if you want the account to continue to run, is 500,000 shillings. We don't have any withdrawal fees. And for the first time that you invest, we lock in your money for 6 months. We have a management fee of 6% per annum. And we're very clear, we're very open that the fee is 6% per annum. The return we talked about earlier, that return of the targeted return of 20% is net of the fees. And these fees are 6% because we have a team that is running with this that is not cheap to run. We have to have expertise in international equities. We have to have expertise in derivatives. We have to have expertise in currency trading. We have to have, there's so many people that we have to have who are trading, have the expertise, the teams that are managing the accounts, the tech that is doing this. And so if we are to charge you 2% like a money market fund, we would be lying about our returns because we'd have to eat from there to actually remain afloat. And so we are being very transparent. We are charging 6% per annum, and it's prorated. So which means if you come into the fund and after 6 months, you're like, okay, I want to exit and withdraw everything, you will actually pay 3% and not 6%.
Let me interject and just explain about management fees. When we say management fee is 6% per annum prorated, it's actually charged on a daily basis. So when you go to the return that we are showing, of 29.32%, or 1 million, which has yielded 293,000. On that, we have already taken away our management fees. So that is the money that is credited into your account. That is what you will get at the end of as at 30th of November. So just know that on a daily basis, we take a management fee, and so it does not hit you at once.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe just on that, somebody asked me, how is it applied? So it's applied daily, but in the statement, when you credit the income that has been gained, the management fee has already been taken out.
Yes. So different systems behave differently, but what happens is on a daily basis, all the incomes are aggregated, let's say. So we'll take an example of 1 million. So you have an income of, let's say, 1,000. That is the income. However, we look at it's 1,000 plus the investment that you had. Then we'll calculate 6% of that over the whole year, which is over 365 days. So on 1 million I had calculated before, I saw the charge is actually 164 shillings and 38 cents.
A day.
A day. That is what will be deducted.
And if I add another million, for example,
yes,
today,
yes,
it's not yet the end of the year. You've not removed the December or today's interest. Now, what happens to my fees? How does that work?
So what happens is every day we revalue the amount or your portfolio. So if you deposit 1 million today, but you had 1 million running, for today we'll only charge the money that we had before. But tomorrow, now you have 2 million.
So the 6% will be on the 2 million?
The 6% over 365 days. So the amount will be, give or take, 328 shillings. 328 shillings and about 72 cents. Okay. That is what will be deducted the following day. And continuously, we'll look at what we call NAV in the financial terms, or net asset value, that you have at any given point, and we'll do 6% over 365 days.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for that clarification.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, then we've got something that is written on our fact sheet, which is AUM. It stands for Assets Under Management. As at the time of production of this particular fact sheet, which was November 30th, 2024, we had 763 million shillings.
Yeah. I want to say, as at right now we have already surpassed the 800 million mark. So I'm happy that you are moving in the right direction.
No, it's actually quite amazing,
Yes.
this growth. I remember when Safaricom announced Mali, and it had been a couple of months actually.
Yes.
Mali got to 800 million, and I don't remember now, it feels like it was about 4 months.
Yes.
And you know, to be honest, we started this journey of publicizing Oak in September.
Yes.
So it's September, October, November. We're just halfway, not yet even halfway through December right
Yes.
now. And we are already surpassed 800. So for me, allow me to just take a small break and say thank you so much for trusting us. Like I don't take this growth for granted at all. This is a vision we've had, a dream that's been in my heart for so long, to be able to provide an opportunity for people to invest in something that is painless, something that helps you become consistent, and to really truly pay yourself first. And so I'm so excited about the journey that I'm already on with the clients who are on board with us. This video is actually primarily for them. So thank you for trusting us. All right, so the fund manager, who's a chief investment officer, is Ian Kangara, and he's been in the market, as he said earlier, in this specific industry for over 16 years. Now, I remember earlier, well, in probably a different video, we talked about how we don't calculate returns. Well, we don't allocate assets and just put it on a spreadsheet and calculate returns on a spreadsheet. We have people who govern what we do. Yes. Okay, let me just put capital markets aside because people have heard that already. Yeah. We have a trustee who is Cooperative Bank of Kenya, and we have a custodian. At the moment, we have 2 custodians. We have KCB, and we also have INM Bank. Yes. So maybe you can just explain the roles of the trustee and the role of the custodian bank so that people understand who are they and what do they do, and how does that make you different as a special fund?
Okay. I'll first take this chance to explain the custodian.
Okay.
And for the custodian, this is the person who holds your assets. By assets, what do you mean? If it was land, who holds your title deed? Who ensures that you don't have a fake land or title? That is the custodian. So if we have any deposit, all those deposits are actually placed on a custodian bank. So if we give you maybe an account in KCB, you go and deposit there. The money is literally held there. If you choose to buy an asset, let me give an example. Maybe you've chosen to buy a government bond. The ownership or the person who is holding, let me use the old way of certificate, is actually the custodian bank. So if you sell it again, it has to go through them. They're the ones who are holding it to sell and receive the funds that you get. So at any given moment, if you choose to use your Excel and you say, now we are worth 10 billion, yeah, the custodian can say, but that's not what I'm holding. Right. Because that is what you are reporting, but what are they holding? That is one. Then I'll break down the trustee. So there's a custodian who holds everything. We are the fund managers who are supposed to transact and actually do the reporting. But on the other end, there is someone who's an overseer of all this, just to ensure that everything is aligned. What we are reporting versus what we have and all the systems. And that is the trustee. There are also the people who will look at, once in a while, they look at our books and ensure that everything is sitting right. And if everything is not sitting right, they can be the whistleblowers, basically, to the capital markets, or even now to call the fund manager and say, or the board, and there's something wrong with how we are running things.
Yeah, truly their role is to represent the unit holders,
yes,
the customers that we have,
yes,
and to represent their interests.
True.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. Great, so now we're moving to our second page, which actually breaks down the performance. And we do have a section where we have performance month on month since inception. And so we give the month, and the absolute return that we made in that month. So you can actually just see, okay, this month we did this month we did that, and we put the actual return that we have made in that month. So where I want us to spend a little bit of time is talking about these returns that we've indicated here. Where did those returns come from? So maybe we can slide to the right where we have the asset profit contribution and just sort of discuss where did those returns come from.